Hello, you're back with embodied ways to support your child. Today's acronym is PASS, taking a pass at parenting. I'm going to explain how the P, the A, and SS will help you in your interactions by understanding the nonverbal communication your child provides, as well as your language choices, what your child actually means, and then how to take care of yourself. Our first P starts with planes of movement. As a board certified dance movement therapist, one of the qualities and techniques we look at is the planes. How our child moves in their environment communicates an emotional and psychological parallel process. When you observe the planes, how your child moves, what direction they move within, you can observe what it means to understand and the preventative process to engage them in. The horizontal plane is when your child's moving from side to side, and this is where you see that parallel play happening with our little ones. This is where we're holding our baby when we're soothing and connecting, and this is where all interactions start from. The horizontal plane is like a tabletop where you can see that interactions are side by side. There's an equilibrium, a balance happening. I know when your child is organized and feeling confident and calm, you see this starting place. This is often where our mornings begin and hopefully where our evenings end. The horizontal plane is great information to make sure your child is regulated. Next, we move through the vertical plane, the up and down. We picture this as a doorway. The vertical plane allows the child to have a sense of ego and strength and emotional stability. You see the talking and ideas created in their environment and in their interactions. When you see the vertical plane coming in place, you know hopefully that they first had this sense of connection and groundingness in the horizontal, and now they're standing upright and engaging in the world. Lastly, we have the sagittal plane, which is the child's ability to move forward and back, moving towards things for safety and away for threat. The child is moving in the sagittal plane all the time throughout their daily life. And this is about how we connect for intimacy and autonomy, and again, for safety. You want to ensure that your child's moving through the planes consistently and fluidly every part of their day, horizontal, vertical, and then sagittal. If you notice that your child wakes up and they're sagittally barreling through the day, rolling into you with tons of ideas, blasting into every situation and taking over, you might start to notice, I need to back up and help them be more grounded in horizontal play. I need to slow them down. And I, the parent, need to be the vertical plane, the doorway to let them know who is in charge, where to set boundaries, and how to support their engagements. Using the planes of movement first starts off with observation, and then you get to learn what's the best strategy to interact. That's the P. The next part is to activate our responses. Oftentimes we hear that we need to mirror a child, stay at the same place, get down on their eye level, and use a really calm, engaging voice. Oftentimes I hear parents say, but that doesn't always work. Sometimes it's like the child doesn't even know I'm there. I feel like I'm being walked over. Activating your response means making intentional, nuanced ways of engaging. Activating your response means that oftentimes we're elevating our voice, our facial expressions, and we're becoming animated. We're becoming alive and letting them know that they can see us, that we really are here and what we're saying has meaning. Ultimately, another way to activate is to minimize. Imagine your child's having a big wave of emotion, and you are being the tiny little seashell that draws their attention in, and they are focused in on you. This is where you're slowing down, you're maybe being smaller in your voice tone, you're being smaller in your posturing and slower, and all of a sudden you've got their attention. So thinking about activating your responses gives you some choices of how to be flexible in your interactions. Next is S for subtitles. This is one of my favorite strategies. Subtitles is looking underneath what your child's saying. Sometimes our children are saying, I can't go there. I won't go outside. No. Obviously, it's very important to understand when our children mean no and in terms of safety. But when it comes to transitions, sometimes the subtitles, it's like they're speaking one language and we're looking at what do they really mean at this moment. So we're looking at timing, choice of words, facial expressions, body language, and who's in the environment that they're talking to. Sometimes no in a transitional situation might be their way of saying, I'm not ready yet. I didn't anticipate this change and I need some more information. Saying I can't do something might be their way of saying, what if it's not perfect? Let me practice it. Could you join me? Another one is help me, help me. And you're thinking, there's nothing wrong with you. You're so capable. Why are you asking me for help? That's just right. Maybe their subtitles are saying, can you join me and be with me? Can you show me that you still love me, even though I'm capable and I can do it by myself? I'd like you to do it with me. Think about the subtitles as a way of looking underneath the content of the word and into the emotional substance and into the richness of this amazing film that you're watching in your child's life. And lastly, the last S for past is for self-care. And this is when we again check in on ourselves. Notice your own sensory responses. Oftentimes, as a parent, we might say, oh, I'm not going to yell, or I want to stay calm. Think about where in your body are you being triggered? How are you taking care of yourself? If you are bombarded by all the noise of the children in the house by the end of the weekend, and you're feeling like you're getting very reactive, maybe your self-care is by listening to an audio, putting on some beautiful music to listen to, changing the sounds in the environment. If it's a visual cue that's distracting you, there's just a ton of mess and it feels like there's no organization in the house. Think about what can I do with my eyes to help my focus on something enjoyable. Maybe you put some flowers out. Maybe you spend some time outside. Maybe you organize your space around you. Think about how you take care of yourself from a sensory and from a body place before focusing on just changing the mood you're in. Changing a sensation is a lot easier and it really helps embody that change so that it sets in and you see lasting change. So I hope you'll take a pass out of parenting with me. Thank you.